Well, hello there. It's a short talk at the trailer park with an old guy. Today I got all excited and had a brainwave. I thought, I really do kind of believe that grounding your feet, like on the ground, see, uh, stick them on the ground. And if the ground is moist, probably better. Anyway, it has a calming effect on some people that they notice. And I thought, well, today's my surgery day, and so I want to keep those blood pressure numbers down. Been kind of spiking here again the last couple of days. Now I screwed up on, I guess it was Saturday night. Yeah, I bought a six pack, and my numbers went crazy on Sunday, and they haven't really ever bounced back. They keep bouncing. The low on the high end is about 150 something, so it's not too good. So anyway, I just thought, well, I'm going to use some relaxation techniques, and so I went out to a park nearby and got barefoot over there, kind of stretched out real good, and kind of get everything kind of get it all moving around a little bit, and took a hot shower, and kind of just about everything I can to kind of be as calm. And then I thought, well, sitting in the sun, that's about as relaxing as it gets until you get all sunburnt. It's a short talk in the park, and I don't know what old guys talk about, but so far the news of the day, I'm not really going to bother with much. I thought I just brought my office chair out. You can kind of barely see it behind me there. I got a pillow crammed in here for my lower back. And I thought, well, why don't I just take the chair out there and just sit down and be comfortable, put your feet right on the ground. She said, yeah, that's a good idea. So the thing is, I forgot how heavy the chair is. I got it on the ground and went to pick it up and went, what? So anyway, this is probably going to be one of the few times I do this, because after the surgery for the next week, I'm not supposed to lift anything more than 10 pounds. It's sort of like, what do you call a plumber who can't lift more than 10 pounds? Unemployed. So anyhow, I thought I'd just calm down and got a no breakfast today. Well, actually, I did have an early one. I think I need to be fasting for 6 hours. At least I think that was the part. But anyway, that number will get as rubber as it needs to be. I had a bowl of oatmeal about 5:30 or something like that. Pretty good, and kind of fills the guy up at least. And I just wanted to kind of chit chat some about how I'm feeling right now. In terms of this world destruction thing, this as I call it, there's an old soap opera, As the World Turns, and so I think we could have our own modern soap opera, As the World Turns, Your Stomach and Mine. Just the depravity of it all, and the just cruelty, and it's just disgusting. And what's going to happen with Israel and all that stuff? I mean, come on, it's beginning to look really kind of like the end of the world to me. I mean, I'm just an amateur. I don't have any credentials or anything like that, but what a crazy bunch of stuff. And so I just thought, well, here's an idea that I think kind of came to me. I was praying, kind of just driving along, and just kind of giving this day back to the Lord, and kind of repenting for all the. Here's the problem: I'm always trying to make things better, and the harder I try, the worse things get, generally speaking. And so it's like I gum up the works by putting my energy in, and so then I get jammed up, I get tense, and I thought, well, maybe there's a component of this hypertension that's beyond nutritional or something like that. Maybe it's an emotional, spiritual thing as well. And I thought, well, our world has certainly got enough junk floating around in it. I mean, we live in an electromagnetic bath. If you look around, well, I guess I could show you some here a little bit. Doesn't matter that much, but I don't really feel like walking around much. I'm just gonna sit here. But anyway, the electrical power lines overhead, and you see the big lines over there. Well, those are kicking out electromagnetic wave magnetic function kind of something or others. Anyway, it's a field. In this field, we live. I mean, there's radio signals, there's microwaves, there's the stuff I was just talking about coming off of power lines. There's all kinds of electromagnetic stuff. And then there's the phone in your hand, and we can't get away from this radiation stuff. but I think we can do some things that would help navigate back to kind of a calming effect. So, in other words, here was the message I got. Okay, here's my word from heaven, and I really believe I heard from God. Exercise energy to calm. In other words, use my power, Mike. Use your power in order to exercise calm. Well, how do you do that? Well, we'll find out, won't we? That's what this lesson was about, by the way, in case you were wondering. And so I've learned some interesting things about myself, and none of it really is flattering or anything. I keep trying to figure out that camera angle. I keep thinking, why am I offset to one side? I don't know. Too lazy to move the thing. But anyway, I just kind of wanted to kind of like diagnose our world a little bit by looking into my own indigestion. we are agents in our world, and people, you contact people, you've got a family, neighbors, co-workers, church members, however people are connected, and you exercise an influence to bring something into the equation. You can either bring light, and so truth would become obvious, or you can bring darkness or fear. And you generate this stuff whether you really like it or not. It's kind of an energy field. And you can't lie about it. Like, so if someone could really read your aura, if that was possible, and I've heard that some people said they can, the jammed up, stressed out stuff that we're hearing about all of the time now, all of the time in the news. And it's always this weird apocalyptic thing that's kind of like idling, ready to strike. Like like a rattlesnake is supposed to be coiled up, going rattle, 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 like back off right now or I'm going to hit you. So the thing is that we have a fear or, fight or flight reflex that some psychiatrist guy came up with or something. But whether that's valid or not, the point is that our fears often master us. And FDR, I couldn't hardly stand the guy, but one of the things he said one time was, there's nothing to fear but fear itself. Well, that's almost half right. There's nothing to fear but Yahweh, the coming one, the one who shall destroy everything in this world, as far as we know, with fire. The Bible talks about the heavens themselves being rolled up like a scroll, mountains fleeing away. I'm out of here. See ya. I don't know where the mountains ran to, but the point is, we're looking at a world that, if I'm even mildly correct, we could very well be near the end of the age. I mean, when Jesus shows up and stuff. And so that means that the gospel news of grace for sinners will go forth. It has to go forth. It's going to hit every nation in the world. And the thing is that I don't know how far along we are, but that's one metric I've heard in the past from preachers and stuff. Well, the way I look at it, our job here, whether I know, let's say I knew that Jesus was coming back 4 years from now, or whatever. Let's pretend I knew that, although that would be rather impossible, since Jesus says no man knows, and not even him. So that, it'd be a little bit sketchy, right? But people have tried to pull this scam off before. And so I don't want to get into anything like that. But what I'm saying is that we should be living as if the earth itself was, when you go into hospice, when a person goes into hospice, we hope they don't have to live there long. They're getting ready to die. They're very close to it. And they're still technically breathing, and they might even be conscious. I don't know. But they aren't going anywhere. And so what happens is they get ready to die. Well, the world is like that. It's on hospice care now. And when it dies, the old world, we're going to have a lot of ruckus going on. It's going to be a cultural revolution, essentially. And it's going to be crazy, violent too. So what we're looking at here could well tie in with events predicted in the scriptures. Are they the one and the same? I don't know. But we should live as if we were going to die today, this morning. I got hit by a truck on the way across the street. Boom, never saw it coming. Things like that happen. And I'm going to plan to live to be 120 because of my nutritional supplements and vital life of exercise and wholesome living or whatever. And so the thing is that when we have a situation in our world where it's essentially, well, it's more than falling apart. It's like the wheels are being knocked off purposely. They're bringing on their own destruction. It's so weird to watch. But at any rate, as we look at this, we are the ones. We are agents in the middle of all that. We are not innocent bystanders. We're not up in the bleachers. We're not looking down on the field with eyeglasses. We are on the field. We're participants. And we are to shine light, His light, the light of Jesus of Nazareth, the one who conquered sin and death, His broken body and His broken blood. The news of this will go to the ends of the earth. The news of His resurrection, His crucifixion and resurrection, His ascension to on high. I have an advocate with the Father, Jesus Christ the righteous, who stands at the right hand of authority to plead my sorry case through the blood. And so our testimony is about Him, His power, His centrality. Our testimony is how He's entered our lives and begun to change us, and in new, really surprising and good ways. But the credit we take for it, here's what I brought to, get in the door. In order to qualify here, you have to be a sinner. Hey, you got that one nailed. So the thing is that be of good cheer and be glad, and you be the agent to spread calm and light where you are as best as you can. You have to use your energy. You have to use your insight. You have to use your best estimate of the situation. Bring calm, His calm, the true shalom. He is peace in person, and there is perfect peace with Him on His terms and not otherwise. You guys have a good day, and God bless. Run to win.